All right. You can hear us now? Hey, air sign. Yeah, anyway, we're on our 26th season. We're streaming Team Yes versus Team 67, and this is what happens when we allow the players to make the team names. I'm joined by Ferrari here today, and we're streaming round 2 of It's Dangerous to Go Alone, season 26.
Yeah, I don't know the teams, but I can check real quick, and I bet I can know someone from here. You said Yes and Veemo?
67.
Oh. Yes, finally. I don't actually know anyone there, but I want to see how this goes. There'll be interesting matches for this map and mode pick.
It looks like in round 1, 67 did win their match 2-1. Yes had a bye, but I'm really excited to see what comes of this match.
Yeah, either way, winning from round 1, that's a really strong start. It's like better than just, 0-3 loss.
All right, and this round we have, as maps go, we have Rainmaker on Humpback Pump Track, Flat Zones on Piranha Pit, and Clam Blitz on Snapper Canal. What do you think of those maps?
Map and mode, those are all questionable, but really good maps, in my opinion, of course. Humpback, great slosher map. I bet we will find a slosher at least. Piranha Pit, you'll probably see Anchor there. Most likely, since it's splat zones. They'll probably be holding it the whole time. Oh god. Clam Blitz, Snapper Canal, that's a famous one. That's a good one.
All right, so
Okay. Okay, so what are you thinking for the start? You're probably gonna go for a right, either team, right? On the right side?
Alright, the game just started. Rainmaker on Humpback Pump Track.
Double Sploosh, Pro, and Zap on one side. That is interesting.
Interesting comp, interesting comp.
We got the Inkjet, Booyah, and Rain with armor as well.
2 hammers on this map. Hammer is pretty good on this map, and Sploosh especially does shine. We see that green. Yes, we'll be taking the Rainmaker first.
There's already 3 down on one side. They're pushing them up.
It looks like 67 is going to have a little bit of trouble getting that Rainmaker down.
Hammer's getting pumped. Rainmaker down, that's 2 down on a yes. That's 3 down.
Alright. Looks like Goofy Goober over here is trying to paint up, get some space for their team.
Trying to push all right
down. Two will go down on the side of 67.
I think a big mistake right there for pushing in was immediately after getting wiped. That was a nice trade against the hammer. You see the K-Gal Shark in there. He's most like, and yes, he does get the Rainmaker.
Inkjet will find the pick on the hammer, which is great for clearing out the opposite team.
T-Tech grabs the Rainmaker. I wonder what he's just going to do here. He's most likely just going to stall, I'm guessing, but they're already in their base. They might get a pick and... Yep, the hammer goes out.
Sploosh will take out the Rainmaker in their base. It's not looking very good. The ballpoint will get traded out.
3 down on purple. They're slowly coming in, but now... Yeah. Rainmaker down already. Right here, they definitely need an armor to hold back, because right now they're just struggling hard. Cannot make any plays yet. Armor's popped. Hammer down. Two down on yes, so that makes 3 down. 1 just spawns back.
Looks like one of them did jump in. They are gonna pop an armor here, but the zap on 67 will find the pick on the zap, but will get traded out immediately by a Sploosh.
That's a full wipe for yes. They popped Hammer. That was pretty early, but I think they can get a path off that. And they're pushing Rainmaker left side. I think there was some miscommunication right there, honestly.
Ball point will go down. He was a little bit too close for that Splatoon gauge. And
right now it's just in the bunker.
Yes, we'll get an armor to try to push back in, but they will go 3 down. Looks like the Sploosh is trying to get away from mid. But
He goes down, but they'd wipe. And it's already lost in mid. Lots of bombs, and it's really good control for yes. Or, oh, no.
One minute left on the clock.
The Ghouls already
always possible in
Rainmaker.
Rainmaker is the mode of combat.
Well, they have to KO from here, and they have to get a wipe, because right now there's nothing much they can do.
They are going to see 2 down on the side of...
The Hammer goes out.
3 down. Looks like only the pro is there to try to defend, but the ball point will... They all will spawn back. Unfortunately, they're going to lose this push.
Taking it back, risky play, but it's 10 seconds left. I think they can afford that with the 2 players they do have.
And that'll be game with the little taunts by our balance.
Throughout the game, yes was just pressuring the whole time, and yes they did feed, but with how many lethal bombs they did have, it was really successful the whole time.
Great first game by yes.
Just not enough picks for 6-7.
Alright, next we are going to see... Let's look. It is gonna be Piranha Pit Splat Zones. I think these are the maps for round 1 on the screen right now, but we have Piranha Pit Splat Zones coming up next, and there we go. Clam Blitz Snapper Canal on for our 3rd map.
For Clam. Yep.
Double Zone can either be really good or really unfavorable for teams, and I think Piranha Pit is one of the better dual zone maps.
Yeah, double zone is usually not favored because like one can just hold the whole time, and then like it could be stalled at 80 for like half the match. So I wonder how this will go, but looking at like the first game, I think it's gonna go like back and forth pretty far. Rainmaker is always unpredictable, so it's always hard to tell from a match.
Alright.
See what they're gonna run.
Ooh. Very interesting.
X-Splasher, very strong pick for this map. They can sit on the conveyor the whole time.
Very interesting. In the right hands, that X-Splasher can be very deadly. But it looks like...
They're already 2 down on a 6-7 side. And 10's down as well. That makes a full wipe, and whatever's just coming back. Junior has armor ready, but he's probably gonna have to back out.
It is wiser to save that armor for now. And, yep, pop it when his whole team is ready to push back in.
Yep, and it was a really good pick on the Junior for getting the hammer.
Looks like they're going to stall out this zone for a little bit, but...
Great wall placement, but it's just gonna have to stall for now. You see the rail get activated?
The amount of paint control that Yes has over 67 right now is going to push them out, and they are going to need a lot more control over the map if they want to take this. Looks like Yes is going to pop a bomb rush, which is going to further make their
lead. That Splash player is so aggressive at times, and now I think that's what Yes had. Oh shit. That's what 67 needs.
Looks like the tent will lose the fight, and time is ticking for 67 to get their zone.
Yeah, it's just already done here.
Not over till it's over. They will be fighting for that zone, and 2 go down on the side of Yes.
A great pop with hammer.
Not over till it's over.
Ah. Guess I was wrong. That was very mixed use of specials, but I mean, other than that, it just turned out better. What I'd like to see is if they can get that hammer to get rid of that bomb rush, and it does not seem like it.
Looks like Yes will take control of the round, but they do have a steep 60-point penalty to get through first, which gives 67 some time to get back into it, use some specials, hopefully get
Booyah's getting top. Really good push so far on 67 side. It's just, yep, that's a wipe. Splash is coming up, but
they can take control of this left side of the map for them. They'll be golden.
They can get armor too, because yep, Yeses already have their armor, and they already just popped it with the bomb rush as well. And hammer. This is just amazing coordination for a team that's only been together for 2 days.
Looks like the tent will go down to the end zap. And Yes will be back in control of the map. Oh, yeah, they will.
Piranha Pit, very famous for dropping on the left conveyor. That is something that is very tricky to predict half the time, but once you get that timing right, tent players, like you see right there, that just gets very predictable, and something for Splash, you could just get those easy picks.
Moist is just cleaning up 67, and that double at the end, that's gonna win them the game. Even though the Yes has technically won the play all 3, we will still be playing the third map, since it is play all 3. And we're gonna go on Snapper Canal Clam Blitz next. What are your thoughts on this map?
On the side for 67, we will probably see the tent again. That is my guess. Hammer's pretty strong here, so of course the tent, camo tent, really strong for Clam Blitz in general. Well, Moist making lots of plays. That is something Yes has for advantage. It's pretty strong start for Yes, and they'll probably make it to finals, or well, not finals, but group stage. I think 67, if they want to take a match off this, they need to coordinate their specials a little more.
Very aggressive team comps coming from both sides, but that do be the meta, so.
It's true, it's true. At the same time, it's very boring, so. 2 down already on the side of Yes. This might be the comeback that 67 needs, but this is only the start. 2 down on the side of 67, and that makes 3. Can they get that last clam in?
Looks like they won't quite be able to get that clam in. One thing I really do love seeing is seeing a Grim Range Blaster. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, you really don't. Usually it's not ran, because if you want missiles, you run something more missile heavy, like K-Shot. But it is still an amazing weapon. It's got a lot of potential. T-Tech gets a great pick with Inkjet, gets a double with it, and that's 2 down for 67. Yes is trying to make a push here, but it seems they're just too short-handed. Missing a clam. Oh, getting a
go down. They barely don't get that ball, which is, I'm sure that's frustrating. Moist is cleaning up 67 though, so hopefully they will get a ball in soon.
They do have enough clams for a push. Wonder what they'll do with that Inkjet though. They already popped the Inkjet, they're popping all their specials, and they're ready to push in. There's another one down, that's 2 on the side for 67.
Great push. They are going to take the lead, however, they are going to go 3 down, with Moist being the last on the field. It looks like 3 players will be out to defend the basket now. But it looks like Moist is going to go for a sneaky flank. Going to get caught, but will get the pick on the zap.
That is a great play from Yes here, because not only do they just score right now, but they don't have armor for them. So 67's gotta get something from here. They get 1 pick so far, and that makes 3 down for Yes. To see what Mochi can do from here, but I don't think.
Looks like 67 is gonna try to go for a push here, but will not be successful. Good defense by Yes.
I think that might have just been a solo push because everyone else was in the back while Mochi's just pushing up front. And unlike Mochi, Moist is already alive in their base.
It will be in 67's base, but the 4v1 is not always winnable. So looks like 67 has 2 balls ready.
They have a scoring chance here to get the lead, but let's see what they can do with that.
Yes, just pop their armor.
Yeah.
Looks like that booyah won't be enough cover for 67 to make a score. Mochi does get a trade, but will lose the balls that are over near Yes's territory.
Under a minute left. It's pretty, this is a round of the match where it's a lot of stall until the last 30 seconds, so.
It's definitely still winnable for 67. If they can get that one push in and a couple clams. But with 2 down, it does look a little bleak.
That ballpoint gets rushed and dead immediately.
Looks like... Oh, he's in his baller.
Yep. But they will get another square off this, and that's the game.
Great plays by both teams. Yes, we'll take this round 3-0.
Moist
And
up rag.
all right, let's take a look at the other games and prelims in this round. Looks like both games are still going on. Looks like nothing has won the round against Ghostly Ghouls. They're currently 2-0. And looks like Zone Masters took the win over Placeholder 2-1. So, great games from this round, and we will see you back in a few minutes. Hang tight for round 3 of It's Dangerous to Go Alone 26. Be right back. Hello and welcome back to It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Season 26. We are on Round 3 with Zone Masters versus Ghostly Ghouls. It's Play All 3 format, and our first map is Mako Mart Tower Control, our second map is Starfish Main Stage Rainmaker, and our third map is Skipper Pavilion Splat Zones. I'm not even gonna lie, I think all of these maps are great. All of them are pretty fun to watch, and they're not that bad to play on.
Yeah, very big openings, and very important part for Mako Mart Tower Control. When you pass that second checkpoint, it's all uphill from there. So once you pass that, that is a really crucial point in winning lead. So wonder how that'll go, or it will be a quick either KOs on each side, or it's going to be a fight to the death.
I mean, I think on any of these maps, I think except for probably Skipper Pavilion, I think if you get a wipe or some way to damage specials at the beginning of the game, it's almost game, set, and match. Mako Mart's a little bit easier to defend on, though.
Yeah, I expect a bomb rush here, honestly. Mako Mart, very strong bomb rush map. So that'll be very important while pushing up. If you get a bomb rush in, it's like the team has to wait, or they just feed.
Oh, and by the way, if you guys aren't doing anything right now, and you want to play in IDTGA, the IDTGA that's going on right now, you can still head over to otd.inc/signup, I think, and you can sign up as a sub just in case things happen and someone has to drop out for the tourney. If we have subs, it makes everything so much easier, and we can run the tournament smoothly and quickly, and we get more people involved. So on the side of Zone Masters, here we have Kydro, Photon Jet, TG, Veemo, and Dr. Gamer, and on the side of Ghostly Ghouls, we have Jed, Shiny Lugia, Crumb, and Sky. I'm really excited to see these matches.
Starfish Main Stage Rainmaker. There's so many directions to go in that place. You either go top left, you either go through the grates and score a bunch of points from snipe, which is very hard to do. What do you think about that?
I mean, I feel like there's only 3 viable routes to go through, but 2 of them end up in the enemy's hit area. One of them goes basically through their spawn. So, but Starfish is a smaller map, but sometimes it feels bigger. But we are not on that map. We are on Mako Mart right now. So, Tower Control Mako Mart, Season 26 of IDTGA. Let's get started.
See Stingray on one side.
Looks like Ghostly Ghouls is going to go for a double missile comp, which is really interesting, but missiles are very good on tower control. They really help zone the tower and get people away from the tower.
Yep, and that's gonna the heavy player, because it's gonna be more hard to move around. They're not gonna be able to pop Stingray as much. So the heavy is already down, and right now it's just a fight for middle.
It's just to fight for that initial control. The Inkjet will come out on the side of Zone Masters and will find a pick on the Jet Squelcher. Looks like they're going to try to take control of their stack and clear the tower out with missiles, which will be pretty successful, but Ghostly Ghouls still has a lot of control over the map, so they will be able to continue their push. And as I say that, two do go down on the side of Ghostly Ghouls effectively.
Missiles are getting popped everywhere, so something that has to be looked out for, or you're gonna start losing the zone, losing the area. Armor gets popped, but no one's really there to counter that push, so.
And it looks like Ghostly Ghouls, oh my god. This is why we can't, I can't do alliteration because I can't even read, so. They will get
it's a delayed wipe for Zone Masters. See what they'll do here. One drops down, 2 down for Zone Master. That might be the end of their push. Nope, 2 down on Ghostly Ghouls. This is a lot of trades. Just trading back and forth.
Both teams have met their match in missiles, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, even with a double missile, Zone Master's still popping out just as many to just strike back as much as possible.
Photon's getting those missiles out like every 20 seconds or so, which is really, really beneficial for his team.
But he goes down. Now there's only... It seems Ghostly Ghoul is going to be holding right stack and tower. Stingray's popped. And Inkjet.
Stingray gets Zone Masters or Ghostly Ghouls off the tower for a little bit, but they will jump back on it shortly after. Looks like they will be contested yet again, but they'll pop a Booyah to try to keep the tower. And they will find a pick on the heavy. But we'll get traded out.
Very aggressive push by the tribe, but it does pay off. One goes down to missiles. 2 down on the side for Zone Masters. This might be the push for Ghostly Ghoul.
1 minute left on the clock. Ghostly Ghouls are doing a great job of controlling the map in general.
Try goes down. That's 2 down on Zone Masters. Armor's already popped. This might be another push for Ghostly Ghouls. But I think they're just gonna stall it out and wait. I might be wrong.
Hydra will be pumping their Inkjet, trying to find a pick. He doesn't quite get one. But
2 down on Ghostly Ghouls.
Trying to get that good old map control.
A bunch of specials are going out.
Will be popped. And one last ditch push is attempted, but Ghostly Ghouls will take the first game on Tower Control Mako in round 3.
A lot of the specials Ghostly Ghoul did control most of the map, so I think that played a big factor, especially with the 15 missiles.
Alright, next map is Starfish Rainmaker. Sign is asking where are the support players? And my answer to that question is K-Shot support.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean. K-Shot.
K-Shot is the best support. What do you mean?
NSAP, overrated. If Zone Masters does want to take this back, I think the right play would be a little more aggression. Because with Heavy and K-Shot, they kind of lacked aggression there, but the tribe was trying to make that up.
There were aggro supports on both sides. There were tri-sloshers on both sides. I think aggression will be key on this next map.
You think we'll... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, because Rainmaker's all about getting those aggressive pushes in.
Yeah, definitely. If they want Stingray and they want aggressive play, then C-Jet would be the play.
Alright, and we're getting started here.
A double Splatling, K-Shot and Sploosh. That is very interesting. Aside for stars. Yeah, double Splatling.
Oh my god, it's my baby, it's a Nautilus. They are gonna go for that. They're not gonna get the pop, but
already one sound for the Ghostly Ghouls.
we'll take down the Rainmaker. Looks like Crumb is gonna try to get the kill on the Nautilus, but the Nautilus is going to... He's gonna take down 2 people. 3 people.
Another pick. It's just the C-Jet sitting there, and there's another jump on Snipe. That's another down. Camping the spot.
The Nautilus will get another player down. We'll be maintaining a lot of survivability. Looks like
really aggressive Nautilus.
I mean, aggressive is the best way to play a Nautilus, I'm not even gonna lie. It's the most fun way too.
It's 3 down on Ghostly Ghouls. This is a chance for Zone Masters to make up what they just had.
They will take the lead, and they will get a pretty sizable lead. Although this is a small map, and those points can be made up pretty fast. Looks like Crumb is going to get 2 people and effectively stop that push. He will be
Crumb goes
stopped
down. Popping missiles already. A Booyah was used, but nothing of succession though. Right here, they're probably going to stall that Rainmaker as long as they can, and if they won't, then they push in for further.
Looks like they will. Ghostly Ghouls will lose the Rainmaker here in mid.
It's only... Oh.
The tries to get it, but Veemo will take out 3 members on this side of the Ghostly Ghouls.
Really good hammer use right there. And it's already 2 down for Ghostly Zone Masters. Rainmaker resets, and Ghostly Gold just is keeping mid as long as they can. Tries going for some play. The Hydra's right below.
The Hydra will go down again. Trying to get some good harass off, but Veemo is going to come in and flank. And this will stop their push. They are going to kill a jump as well.
Photon goes down to the bomb. That is probably desperately needed, but another great inkjet use.
Hydra forces the player on top of that. Tries to get the Stingray, but will fail.
Pushing left side, but two are right there to intercept. Great communication. It's the last minute left. This might be the last ditch effort they need, but we will have to see from there.
Seconds left on the clock. 3 do go down on the side of Zone Masters. This could be their push, but
really
Hydro with that inkjet will save the day. Will get those last kills that they need to secure the round and secure the victory on this map. Great plays on both teams. I love watching not players. I'm not even gonna lie.
Not players, very fun to watch. You can be aggressive, yet keep your distance and still get plenty of picks with inkjet. Very big key factor was holding mid, and that's just both sides did it really well, but in the end, Ghostly Zone Master is just able to pull it off.
The way that Zone Masters defended at the end there, even though they were outnumbered 1-3, I think. 1-3 or 1-4. Hydra was able to target the Rainmaker at the very end and pretty much secure them the round, because say if they had gone for another kill, like a kill that was closer to them, they may not have secured that round as easily as they did.
The inkjet was a great opportunity to just stall the Rainmaker and get as many of the to get many of the members back as possible. So it was really good picks there.
Alright, and our last map today for round 3 is Skipper Pavilion Splat Zone. I really wouldn't be surprised if... Actually, I don't even know anymore. We could see a knot. Honestly, yeah. I like playing mini Splatling on this map, but I'm also haven't played the game in like a while. But we will get started on Skipper Pavilion Splat Zone. This is the decider for the round.
So we see the E-leader on one side, heavy on the other. That's going to be great for holding down mid if they can.
Zone Masters do have a double booyah, and we're going to see here if they...
2 picks by the E-leader already.
They live up to that Zone Master's name.
3 picks from the E-leader.
E-leader will take out 3 people before I'm even able to finish my sentence. That's the power of a good E-leader. And looks like two more will go down on the side of Zone Masters. They are gonna try to stop this Booyah. They'll kill it, but not quite stop the Booyah, but paint over it immediately.
And that's 3 down for the Zone Masters. It is not looking good for them at all.
They have one more chance here to bring it back completely. And
it's a fight for the zone right now.
They're fighting for that zone, and they do get the zone here. They are successful in pushing them out. 3 down on the side of the Ghostly Ghouls.
Tri-Slosher's, he's all alone by it. He's up top. Another pick from the Charger. Charger's popping off today.
Is cleaning up.
2 down for Ghostly Ghouls, so let's see where that will bring them.
Looks like Hydra will take out 3 members of the Ghostly Ghouls. And they will take the lead here. Anything is possible. They do lose control of the zone here. Will they be able to keep it? No. Ghostly Ghouls will take the zone back and give them a massive penalty, but have to work through their own penalty first before they can score any more points. Looks like the E-Leader will go down here though.
Good Booyah Bomb placement. Making those Booyah Bomb predictions are really hard half the time, so it's pretty desperate since it's the E-Leader and he's controlling the game in his own hand half the time.
Ghostly Ghouls will pop another Booyah here. We'll take 1 down. But we'll get taken out by a bomb. And looks like a bomb rush is coming out from the side of the Zone Masters. And they will contest the zone and take it back. Not quite losing the lead and giving Ghostly Ghouls a sizable penalty.
E-Leader holding mid right here is one of the greatest decisions they could have had. So, Charger players, just holding it right here is one of the most... holding an area as a Charger is one of the best things you can do. Zone Masters take back the zone though. It's gonna be a fight for it, yeah. Fight for mid. Booyah's being popped on the side for Ghostly. That's 3 down, and they already took the zone back.
Looks like that's going to be a wipe on the side of Zone Masters. And they have about a minute to take it back, but a little bit less than that as the timer is ticking on the side of Ghostly Ghouls. They will momentarily lose the zone, but looks like now they are going to start gaining more points, and the Zone Masters have to act fast.
Splash is just rushing, and I think he gets out.
Oh my god. They get a wipe just in the nick of time. 20 seconds left.
This has got to be a last-ditch effort, but you cannot feed from here. Specials are being used. 1 down on Zone Masters. They need picks now. 3 down. They need to take zone now.
We're going to see an overtime here. Oh my gosh.
A decent-sized penalty time.
Now the Zone Masters are the ones that have to act fast to keep that zone. Get that zone back. And they get it. Looks like they are living up to their name of the Zone Masters, though that was pretty close. That was very, very close.
What Zone Masters took advantage there is while everyone else is on bottom, since this is triple shooter, they were able to just paint it up paint the top of it too quickly. And Ghostly just couldn't react to that fast enough. Otherwise, really good matches.
Really, really good games coming from both sides.
I would like to see more Charger play because that Sky making all those shots was pretty crucial for that match, but.
The other teams, other matches going on. Yes versus Nothing is currently 0-2 in favor of Nothing. They have won the round, but they're still working on their third game. 67 versus Veemo. It is 2-0 in favor of 67. They have not reported game 3 yet. And placeholder is in a bye. So we will see you guys in round 4 of the preliminaries. Hopefully we'll get another great game just as we did. We will see you in a few minutes. Be right back. Alright, welcome back to It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Season 26. We are back with round 4 of the tourney, and it is going to be Veemo versus Yes. So on Veemo, we have Cam, Lore, Benny, and Fluffy, and on Yes, we have Andres, Natsu, Arvalin, and Moist. So we've already seen Yes, we saw them during round 2, and they displayed their strength very, very prominently. They were able to 3-0 67, I think. And the maps this round will be Eggball Art Academy on Clamblitz, Sturgeon Shipyard on Tower Control, and Makomar on Rainmaker. I'm really excited to see these maps, especially Sturgeon Tower Control, because that's one of my favorites, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, Inkblot, it's a map you see like all the time, so I wonder how that will go. It's weird on Clamblitz, but at the same time, there's a lot of ways you can sneak through that, and I think Moist, that will be a strong map for Moist.
Definitely. Alright. Alright. While we're waiting on these teams, let's go ahead and look at some stats from this season. If I can find them. Alright. So the average ELO was about 2100. Most people there's a lot of different playstyles between the players in the tournament. There were 20 people that had an X rank in zones, 15 in tower control, 17 in Rainmaker, and 16 in Clamblitz, which meant that half of the people that are playing Clamblitz today had an X rank, which is really interesting. But it was that was the lowest percentage.
Not surprised. Clamblitz, usually a very hated mode for solo queue players. A lot of coordination is needed, so the whole idea of solo queue and Clamblitz, it's hard to mix.
Oh, it's definitely hard when the only two buttons to communicate you have are booyah and this way, or ouch.
And then when you use this way like 70 times and you're hoping for them to jump with the ball, but they just jump without it, or don't jump at all. I mean, that's like the greatest part.
It's solo queue can definitely be frustrating, and that's why we always say it is dangerous to go alone. Looks like we will be starting the game now. Yes versus Veemo on Eggball Art Academy Clamblitz. Let's get started. Ooh, Flingza Glugas. Okay.
Vanilla Luga. That is an interesting pick. You mostly see Deco for its wall and baller, and that would be really strong for Clamblitz, even though baller isn't too amazing. So the Gluga already going down on the side of Veemo.
Looks like Veemo will be popping their first armor, and Yes is gonna try to get that. They are gonna get that map control pretty
Two down on the
at
side of
beginning.
Veemo. There's only 2 left, and both are missiled twice as well, because Yes is running double missiles. See, the Fling's a very strong missile weapon.
They will get a clam in, but it doesn't look like they're gonna get more than one of the small clams in. Looks like Natsu will be lurking there for a bit, but will back up to join their team.
The left side is just completely untouched. Like, no one's there right now on the side of Veemo. So even members of Yes are just all on the right side or mid. I think that's something Veemo can pick up and take as they go.
Looks like Fluffy will die to a bomb here. Andres is doing a great job of that missile spam, and it looks like they're coordinating their missiles pretty well, or at least they're getting them at the same time, just so that they're that much more debilitating to Veemo.
Another score for the side of Yes.
The patience of a roller, but unfortunately they will go down.
We haven't seen too much from the Brush, but it seems like he is collecting a lot of clams and spreading them around. Veemo with 19 clams, power clam at their side, and a pity. That will make a great push if they can get in. That's where the Brush is going to come in.
If they can disrupt the defenses, and it looks like they will try this with a double inkjet, and they will be successful and get 2 picks. However, those 2 picks will be traded out pretty much immediately. And map control is largely in the favor of Yes. Oh my god, Kivert, thank you for the raid.
Oh god, thank you.
It's dangerous to go alone. Season 26, we are watching Yes versus Veemo. My name is Rose, and I'm joined by Ferrari Kid 35 or Ferrari, and we are on our first map of a play all 3 match. It's the 4th round of our preliminaries. Welcome in.
3 down for the side of Veemo, another score. From there, they're just popping so many shells in, it's just... The Brush goes down.
Looks like they will get a pretty strong push in, although they will go 2 down during their push. But the Glugas will... or, not the Glugas.
8 points left for
try to get them back. Looks like the last player on Yes will jump back to their base to save that special.
Amazing push by Yes, and the question is if Veemo is going to be able to come back from this. 1 down on the side, that is a pretty good trade.
Looks like Yes is ready for another push here. They will be popping their double missiles again at the same time. Just to
really good coordination here.
Just to stop Veemo from getting any control over the map. The Brush will go down on the side of Veemo. They will get 30 seconds of overtime as they do have a power clam. But
and they're already 3 down. It's a scoring chance for Yes, and this might be the game.
And that's the game.
That's the game. Really, really strong pushes and defense. The Flingza was a big part of defense there.
First game will be going to Yes.
Moist shown his dominance throughout the matches, once again.
Alright, and our next map is Sturgeon Shipyard Tower Control. This is again one of my favorite maps, honestly. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just like playing it, you know?
Yeah. Unless it's Rainmaker, then yes, I like playing it.
Okay, but then again, Rainmaker is not really the best mode, in my opinion.
That bro. I don't know. As long as you're getting quads, Rainmaker's fun.
I wouldn't even say it's fun then.
Yeah, very long map. Tower control. It'll be an interesting fight for getting to second checkpoint. Because once you get that first checkpoint, it truly gets hard unless they are wiped or down 2. So if Moist makes a couple plays here and there throughout the match like he has, as we've seen last at round 2, then this might be another game. But Veemo,
this is also one of those maps where I've seen a lot of pole dancing on the on the tower.
Yeah.
Looks like we will be getting started here. Another aggro comp coming from the side of Yes, and a splatter scope coming out on the side of Veemo here.
Well, K-Pro goes down, says already on the side. Us did struggle, but he does manage to get the trade, and it's just one on the side of Yes.
They will start their push now. Hopefully they can get that first checkpoint down, and it looks like Yes is going to defend from the pit. I think 2 will go down on the side of Veemo, and Yes will successfully defend the tower.
Nat getting so many picks, just starting a pushback, and they have missiles. This is what they needed just to get that lead back. And they're already sitting on check 1. They're halfway through it.
They
2
are.
down on the side of Veemo. 3.
Explosive pushes is always coming from the side of Yes. And they're already at the second checkpoint.
Interesting pick with the vanilla splash, but it seems like it's working out with the toxic mist and the inkjet. 9 points left, and the Stingray comes out. That might just stall the tower as long as it can. 2 down on the side of Veemo, and
Looks
that's
like
a
that's
KO.
game. Is that the first KO we've seen all day?
Yep.
I feel like every match has gone out for 5 minutes.
Wait. Yeah, that's the first. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the first KO we've seen today.
That makes 2-0 for Yes, but the third game is still up to play. It's Mako Rainmaker.
Mako Rainmaker, again, Rainmaker isn't the best mode in my opinion, but Mako Rainmaker is pretty interestingly set up because the spawn is moved. It's in a different place than it is for, I think, all 3 of the other modes. I'm thinking, yeah, I think all 3 of the other modes, it's in the right-hand corner, but it's in the left-hand corner on Rainmaker, so that gives a little bit easier of access to the Rainmaker pop. And the stack on the team side.
Yeah, and aggressive pushes seems to be Yes's type of thing, so that will be it's whoever gets that first pop and from on. So I will be interested to see the comp from there.
Alright, and we're getting started game 3 of the last round of the preliminaries of It's Dangerous to Go Alone Season 26. Double sploosh.
Double sploosh again from Yes.
This is the comp they started with, and this is the comp they're ending with.
Now let's see if they have the same results.
How did that NZAP die? Did they
Charger.
Did they
No,
just fall? Oh, the Charger.
Two down on... They're already going for the push. K-Shot is just fighting for his life there.
Moist will get a sizable lead for Yes.
And will they extend that lead any further? They do get by 2 points and trade with someone. But
Question isn't quite done yet. There are 2 players still there. Moist
they're gonna
will
stall
get a pick on the
from there.
Rainmaker.
Stingray's being used, so right now they can push even further. But
And looks like
they
Moist
will
will go for that solo push.
he's making those solo key plays.
Fighting for his life against the other team's sploosh, but will not be that successful.
You see the hammer getting pulled out? This is a double from this. Oh,
Hammer gets a triple. And a nice route to the other team's base.
It's another, that's a quad.
Looks like Veemo does have the chance to take the lead here.
Two go down on the
lose the Rainmaker.
And that is the end of that push. Right now, it seems they just... Yes needs to take them back mid. Moist with a really well-played hammer. Getting a triple, and now he's back in their base. Dies to the bomb, though. He does make a great push, but this might be the end of Yes's push. 3 down on the side of Veemo. This is not the end.
They will pop an armor, and they will get a few more points on the board, bringing their lead to 19 and extending it just a little bit more. It looks like they're going to extend it more and get the KO.
That makes the KO. That's the second KO of the stream.
Oh my gosh. Again, this is the comp they started with in round 2, and this is the comp they're ending with. That double sploosh comp works out so well for them in their aggressive playstyle.
Really good hammer plays from both sides of the teams, even though it was barely used.
Alright, and that brings us to the end of our preliminary matches. We will go ahead and see how the other teams are doing. Looks like Zone Masters and Nothing. It is 0-2 for Nothing. But that set isn't over yet. Looks like Ghostly Ghouls. Oh, that was a bye. Veemo and yes is what we just saw. And 67 versus placeholder. Looks like 67 is 1-0 against placeholder. But anyways, this is the end of the preliminary stream. Me and Ferrari Kid are signing off. We will be joined by Cork and DJam at the beginning of finals. We'll see you in about 15 minutes for the finals. See you guys then.
Get up and keep the party jumping. No slumping, get the beat pumping. Get up and keep the party jumping. No slumping, get the beat pumping. Get up and keep the party jumping. No slumping, get up and keep the party jumping. It's like that, y'all. It's like that, y'all. We're gonna give you what you came here for. You're gonna get their blood pumping. Put the boogie in your body. Let's party.
Hello and welcome to the top cut of It's Dangerous to Glow number 26. I'm Quark and I'm joined here by DJ.
Hello everyone, how are you all going today?
Well, I'm pretty good, I don't know about you though.
Yeah, I'm a little tired. Got up at 5 a.m. to watch...
Australia moment.
Australia moment to watch a help desk go, brr, I need help me.
Suffering.
But yes, here we are in the top cut. I'm excited. Are you excited, Quark?
I'm pretty excited, yeah. We always see very close matches in this top cut, as we've been seeing throughout the preliminary rounds as well, so I'm really excited to see what we're gonna, see. And we're gonna be starting off with Triggerfish Zones too, which is entirely my fault, but I think it's a good map to test how well these teams really can work together and how much they've practiced, because it requires so much coordination too.
It
both zones and actually hold.
It absolutely is. I'm just going to say it's finals time on our official Twitter, so we can get some more people watching this final action.
Yeah, any thoughts on what
Finals
teams are going to bring out here in terms of weapons, specials?
Well, Camp Triggerfish zones. I think you can almost be certain there's going to be some range, so you can reach across that immense gap that is in the center of this zone, which definitely sets Camp Trigger Splat zones against all other
Zones maps, yeah.
all the other zone maps. Yeah.
Because I mean, there's many a double zone map, but two thin zones separated by water. I mean, yeah, long range is so awful, because you can sort of reach if you got a T-Tech or you got some bomb spam, but really, you want like a leader or an explorer or something fun like that. Which, I don't know if these players play those kind of weapons, but I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that.
Indeed. I mean, there we go. That's
Actually, if I
Yeah,
recall
it's all
correctly, Zone Masters did earlier on stream run, I believe it was Hydra and Nautilus. So they will have that backlined and the long range presence to bring out.
If they have Hydra and Nautilus, yes, I am absolutely expecting to see those. Hydra's good on any Camp Triggerfish mode, even if it does have that middle bridge, but particularly on Splat zones where we do have that gap, it's such a almost not like an advantage to have that constant pressure that the Hydra just brings, just constant.
Yeah, and not to mention that mines on these small zones. One mine can make a pretty big difference on a zone the size of a Triggerfish one. Other than that, I think both teams probably have some kind of armor support player, because who doesn't in this current meta? Someone's gonna bring out the armor or the bomb spam junior. Yeah, I think Cornflowers is up main, if I recall correctly. I can't really speak to any of their players though. Kydra is the Nautilus player who we saw pop off earlier on stream.
Yes, having a lot of people have had some pop-off moments. Haven't gotten too many clips this season, but if you do want to see the clips, just head to the Off the Dark Twitch main page and just have a look at the clips there.
Last round, the double kill with the hammer throw from a Splish 7 at the last match. I don't know if anyone flipped it, but it was pretty impressive. Yeah. I'm sure someone flipped it, I'll have a look later. Because they got one kill with the actual hammer, then they threw it for two more, which I think probably
I would have loved to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the side of Nothing, who I don't believe we've seen on stream before, we have Epic, not Enigma. Enigma's been subbed out. Cone and Cornflower. And then on the side of Zone Masters, as we've seen earlier today, we have Hydro, Photon, Jet, TG, Veemo, and Dr. Gamer.
Yeah, I mean, Nothing, I believe, has placed first in the preliminary rounds, so that's going to be... They're the favorite to win here, at least the higher seed. I'm interested to see how Zone Masters will do against them, because we haven't seen Nothing on stream, but we do know Zone Masters is quite strong, and did perform quite well.
In fact, living up to their name, I believe they did actually win Splat Zones in their match on stream, which was very fitting for their team to win a
I mean, if you're not winning the
map.
if you're not winning the map that you are, or the mode rather, that you're standing your tee up, you've got to be somewhere. And also, please note, we might be talking here for a while since we're still waiting on one of the teams to actually get in the room. It would be cool, but...
I will...
Oh right, they don't have the password, do they?
No, they should have the password.
Oh, they should, okay. Anyway,
Um,
okay, they are here. They have arrived.
They just
so we
joined.
should be starting shortly.
Yes. They said okay 4 minutes ago. So...
Sometimes people have to finish their solo games or that league game they start in the middle of a tournament. We all know the pain.
It's painful. Very painful.
Yes.
I don't know how else to
Yeah,
put it.
exactly.
It's painful.
But back to our tournament at hand. Hopefully Zone Masters has mastered all the Zones maps, because it would be a bit of a shame if they showed up and got everything but Triggerfish Zones. Maybe they have a secret Quad Explo Cop coming out for this.
That's the secret quad explode.
I mean, I thought once in League, 3 Explos and a Carbon, and that was probably one of the most nightmarish comps to fight. You
Just
can't
like
move.
constant.
It's it was a Mako. And you can't move, and then there's a Carbon everywhere.
Yeah, so yeah, the explos just get your feet caught in ink, and then the explode just comes in, sprays you with an absolute. Oh, I'm sure you all know what carbons do, but here we go. Let's get started on this first match on the semifinals. Nothing versus Zone Masters. On the side of Nothing, we have a Splash-O-Matic, Kenta Splattershot, Pro, and Zap. On the side of Zone Masters, we have a Splash, we got 2 of the same weapons? A Splash-O-Matic and a Kenta Splattershot, as well as the Heavy and a Jet Squelcher for the Zone Masters.
Yeah, really interesting that we're not seeing any armor out of Zone Masters, though. I think that earlier match in stream we were showed that besides the Hydra that ran armor up, and I can see why they go for Booyah here. It's going to be really helpful in capping the zones. Really interesting the fact that they're running double backbone. They have a large rate advantage over Nothing. Their Nothing will take the first cap. We'll get one down, though. One's going to go down on Nothing, or rather on Zone Masters as well. And now 4v3 situation in the favor of Zone Masters. A Booyah coming out. The one goes down on the side of Zone Masters. It's still going to be pretty contested. A whole bomb rush on Zone Masters is close zone. The 2 backlines are going to be the other one plus false back, and then the heavy will go down. The Jet, last one standing, is going to be looking for a pick, but there's jumps in, and they've got mult, and they're going to be forced back, and just to build that missile and wait for the teammates to push up.
Yeah, unfortunately, they weren't able to cap the zone to give Nothing a bit more penalty, or any penalty, as their countdown is just keep on going down all the way to 43, 42. But now with 3 players down, this might be the chance that they need. A soft wipe, Booyah Bomb, and that is the zone flipped for the Zone Masters, giving Nothing a 45-point penalty, which they'll need to clear before they want to get any more points down and to a possible KO.
Yeah, we see a good bomb rush come out here from Hydra, trying to slow everything down, keep Nothing from getting in a little slower. Now, Nothing will get a pretty quick retake of their end zone, popping the bubbles. They're going to be able to get the zones back. A good first push by Zone Masters, but it's got to be nearly enough for them to get the lead here. And Nothing will pretty easily recap, and is going to start pushing up. So they need to get more members onto that far side, or they're going to have issues actually holding. And as we're seeing right now, that far zone is getting held. That's 2 members down, including the one that recognized they lost the zone, tried to move over to the other side, and failed to get it. And now Zone Masters is in a good position. They, however, need to do the same thing Nothing did, or failed to do, and push onto their far zone. Veemo's going to force a jump out here, and this is looking like they've got a good chance to take lead.
Indeed it is, but they just lost control and regained control, and now having a side battle here between a Jet Squelcher and a K-Pro. Oh no, sorry, that was the Kenta Splattershot. I got mixed up with those colors. The Splattershot takes that, and they're going against the Heavy. Who's going to take this? The Splattershot does take it, and Zone retake once again for Nothing. Zone Masters did get a bit more points onto their score, however, not enough to take the lead and giving them another penalty of 28 points.
Zone Masters does get another cap, but they're going to have to really hold this time and make sure they know where they're positioned relative to their teammates so they don't all go on, say, one side of the zone and forget where everyone else is, and also don't leave any of their teammates unsupported. So it seems they've decided to mostly hold on that close on that far zone, which is a good strategy. The one member will go into missiles in this tight space. It's getting really close. And that K-shot forgot about the zone. They're almost going to get the
so
lead.
So close! No, they didn't get the lead.
Yeah, if the V-Jet had been able to get that pick, they likely would have taken the lead because of the K-shot forgetting out the zone. But now it's going to be a 1-point meme, and Kydra's going to be looking for a pick on this K-shot. Will get it, and that's going to be important, but the bubble's going to force them back. They've got to get this bomber shot, they got to get missiles out, they got to make sure their specialists are actually coordinated, because they keep coming out individually, they won't get too far. And now, Booyah Bomb's coming out, Bomb Rush is coming out, there's the coordination I was talking about. This is going to get them a cap, and Kydra's nearly going to fall off, but missiles are going to take down another member of nothing, and this is going to be Zone Masters' chance to take the lead right here.
They do. There is with literally a 1-point difference.
They fall in the water.
Oh no! The fall. Both teams
out as well.
Yeah, 20-30 point penalty. They're so close on points and on penalties. 3 down on the side of nothing. Zone Masters might have this opportunity to get this 5 more seconds, and they have the lead. They have the lead, and Tenta missiles coming out from Veemo. Zone Master securing the zone for a bit more. Howard does go into neutral by nothing. Bomb Rush out from nothing as well. Zone back into neutral. Final 10 seconds. Epic covering the zone like there's no tomorrow. Booyah Bomb getting charged up from the Zone Masters. Zone in neutral 1, and that is zone taken. Zone Masters do show that they are the Zone Masters and do take this first game of the semi-final set.
Yes, that was a very good last push by them, and I think what happened really was nothing was forced to use most of their specials to get back into their own zone, and they all had to push their own zone as a team, so they had no one left and no specials left to pop that far zone and not enough range to do it from afar while still taking out the members of Zone Masters, leaving them. Zone Masters didn't even need to get the cap, but they did. They just had to hold their own zone and did that and then some.
Yeah, they definitely did that. That was such a great start to today's semi-final match. But next up, we have Clan Blitz on New Albacore Hotel. Another map that is prone to having lots of water, lots of falls, lots of clams trying to take a swim.
Lots of long range. I wouldn't be surprised.
Long range.
I wouldn't surprise if we see that double backline comp coming out of nothing again, because I'm pretty sure that the heavy player is also just heavy Hydra player, and V-Jet would also be a pretty strong pick here because Mist is so good at denying any movement whatsoever. All those grades, which would be especially helpful for clams. So if your opponents are trying to push, just a Mist and that'll stop them. I wouldn't expect much of a change from nothing. So they've got 3 strong frontline weapons, and then that Forge Pro to provide bubbles, which are going to be so useful for pushing here. Any thoughts?
Yeah, brushes are definitely very useful, particularly with all of the. You got 2 great routes you can get to the basket. This basket on New Albacore Hotel, I think, has the most routes you can take for a stage that has it's a wide stage but has a lot of narrow paths. There's 4 routes you can take to get to the basket. You've got your classic left, you've got straight across, and I believe you've got 2 on the far side, closer to the enemy's spawn.
I think so, yeah.
I believe you can go up the ramp. I believe there's a ramp in Clan Blitz. But let's get this match started. And nothing in orange. And
you see quite the double backline recruiting again, this time even more range. That Hydra coming out, that armor is going to be very useful for them to be able to push. Along with that Inkjet from Kydra, and we saw how strong Kydra was with that. On the side of nothing, a bit of a change. They're playing out the K-Pro instead, which is an interesting choice. maybe they wanted Booyah to be able to clear out those backlines more than they want Bubbles, which I think wasn't a bad choice. And then, instead of Bubbles, they will have that Baller from that K-Rapid, which is also going to be really useful for countering the Hydra and the V-Jet, because Rapid is going to, and the Nod as well, really, because the Rapid's going to force them to move out of position and keep them from being able to just set up and hold space.
Yeah, having all of that range, having a Nautilus, Hydra, and a Jet Scorcher is definitely going to be very good for defense and for attacking if they've got the turf advantage when they attack. That is the only downside about having a lot of long-range weapons. You need to have the turf to be able to support a push. If you don't have that turf, frontline weapons like the splatter shot, you can make turf as you're pushing. A weapon like the Hydra needs turf on your feet. That is the only unfortunate thing.
And the Baller and the Booyah got coming out. Really good coordination, but they didn't have a power in time to cover for it. So it's going to be 3 down on the side, a full wipe on the side of Zone Masters. Nothing. We'll get a push with their 2 remaining members. That was actually a second dunk? Okay, I didn't see this. I must have made the power climb as they were going. They will go down to 60.
I missed that second one as well.
And the Blaster getting 1, going for another. Won't get another one, but that's going to be 2 down again on Zone Masters with nothing. Letting go of the spawn camp to fall back, get some more clouds, so we'll lose another member in the process. Zone Masters is going to need to slow down, need to paint up, and they're going to have to wait before they can make their next push, because they're going to need some more specialists than just firing off these missiles, which if anything seemed a little earlier, but I take that back, they get an important kill on the Rapid, and that's going to open things up quite a bit.
That was a great splat, long-range splat. Oh, excuse me, right there, but with only 12 clams already, one of those being a power clam, that isn't many clams to have a push, but now sitting up over to 20 and 13 on the other side, 22. Either team can make a push right now, but with 2 players down on the side of Zone Masters, and then another 2 players down on the side of nothing. Was gonna say, it might not make a push, but here we go. Splats going on who knows what side of the map right now. Kaijo defending with all of their strength with that Nautilus, putting pressure onto that power clam, and with Proton also having a power clam with that Kensa splatter shot there, just defending, getting some turf, getting those Tenta missiles at the ready for when they're ready to make their own push.
Yes, we see the Booyah Bomb coming out, probably as a panic, because it doesn't look like it was meant to do anything or start a push. And Zone Masters is still holding the pressure, but they're going to need to get a pick. They get one on the Caper. That should give them an opening, but the missiles coming out is going to slow them down a little bit more. Photon's still looking for something. They will lose the Hydra again. That's going to slow them down. The Baller's going to come out, keeping the Rapid from dying quickly. But Photon's just going to say, alright, I'll keep popped. But the Torpedo will finish off Photon last second. They were a bit weak, and the rest of Zone Masters is trying to push up on the right side of the map. It's kind of stuck on their own right side of the map. They've got 3 powers. They can do a lot. But they just have to, well, they wanted to pick up the power class before they die. And 2, they need to be able to get more ground and get more control. So they keep getting a kill or 2, but it's not really amounting much, and they keep losing their Hydra more than anything. And it's surprising given the fact that Rapid Blaster's there and the Hydra is going to not have too many places to position that the Jet or the Nautilus hasn't already taken. So they're going to probably be left vulnerable if they're not careful. And then we see Cone going in for something, not going to fight it, and the Nautilus will take them down. And maybe this time Zone Masters can make something out of this kill. And with another one down, well-placed miss, I think they will have the opportunity right here.
Indeed, with only 50 seconds left on the clock and 40 seconds remaining, Tenta missiles coming out, armor coming out, Inkjet at the ready. This could be the push they need. Does they get the power climb in? No! That is a defense and a wipe!
Yeah, it looks like we didn't see it on camera, but it looks like Cone came in from the left and just took the entire team out while they were trying to push. Really good flank right there, and that's likely going to secure the game for Zone Masters, or rather for nothing, because Zone Masters hasn't had much of anything. They've got to pick, but they've got to build clams. They just don't have enough time. They don't know where the clams are.
They've got 8
so
clams.
Like
are they going to have enough? No, 3,
no, they're going to
2,
lose one member.
1.
That's going to be it.
Yeah, that's
really good defense by... Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Yeah, really good defense by Zone Masters there at the end, because that would have been lead A really good defense by nothing, rather, because that would have been lean for Zone Masters if they hadn't. Or if they had been able to get that push.
That was such an incredible. If Cone really did that flank, which obviously we didn't see here on camera, that was a very risky play, trying to flank in defense that close to the end of the game and that close to losing lead. But obviously it paid out well and truly there, as they got absolutely wiped when they were about to head in. They had 3 power clams. They were about to get lead and some. And yeah, that was just an incredible match to see there. Now the scores are sitting at 1-1. Even Stevens.
Yeah, and we're moving on to Manta Brigade Tower Control, which is definitely going to be an interesting tower map. It's so tight when you're trying to push any of the tower, especially once you've broken that first checkpoint. I'm not expecting to see double backline or even more than one backline for either team right now, though I think nothing's more shorter range comp will pay off a lot here, so they'll be better able to maneuver in these tight spaces that maybe, say, a longer range comp like Zone Masters will struggle a little bit. And also Zone Masters really seem to have armor unless they pull out a Hydra, so nothing will have that advantage and just be able to keep armoring and stay on tower.
Indeed, I'm expecting to see, I don't know which team had it in the last game, but the Nautilus coming out again, as there are lots of corners to pop out. We might even see a Tri-Slosher or any Farmer Slosher just to get over that short ledge where the checkpoint is, which can be really good at just getting picks. But what's this, a Cancer-sponsored team?
We see double shot coming out on both sides, and with the double backline returning between. They really want Stingray, so they must have pulled out the C-Jet. Though they probably kept the Heavy because their player who plays those weapons didn't seem to play anything else. That's going to leave them with a double backline and then 2 shots, and they will immediately lose to Heavy against a lot of aggression. A Zap, 2 shots, and a Capra. Which without any missiles is going to make it hard to stay anywhere for any bit of time, along with that Booyah Bomb. So the backlights aren't going to be able to hold much when they're constantly forced to reposition, and armor will really help this team maintain as much aggression as they can. Though right now it's going to be a stalemate in mid. Both teams try to look for a pick, and though the picks seem to overwhelmingly be going into the side of nothing, and letting nothing push up.
Yeah, nothing willing. Probably one of the most intense and aggressive comps I've ever seen in a tournament. And it seems to be paying out for them as they're heading to the first checkpoint, nearly able to clear it, sending out a Booyah as well, getting the Heavy down, but with only 2 players remaining, a duel between Cone and the other Splattershot on the team, getting this area to neutral zone and once again able to take control of the tower. You can see 3 players on the other side over there, just dancing around. Cone going left, right, not able to get any splats, securing some turf, going for a mini flank here. Are they able to get any picks? It does. Oh,
really fall off the map. They didn't have too much support. Their team wasn't moving up with them, so their flank was just gonna get called out. And now we see Zone Master Success popping that Ray. They're taking the tower, and then K-Shot out of nowhere takes the Ray out. Really good flank to keep that. The tower will continue to be held by Zone Masters. They're losing another member. With 3 members of Nothing soaring the tower, getting the tower rider right before lead happens, and now Zone Masters will have their own chance to push, and will likely be able to build their specials very quickly, which is going to let them probably get quite a strong push here, at least getting to that second checkpoint, if not breaking it.
indeed, and they've already gotten past where the first checkpoint is. Getting those checkpoints cleared is such an essential way if you want to get back lead or make your pushes further and stronger, as each checkpoint you know what it is, it's a checkpoint and throttles every single push if you don't have turf and a push ready to go at your disposal. And we can see nothing here. They're getting ready to make another push. 1 player down on the side of each team, 2 players down on the side of Zone Masters, and they're heading down, furthering their lead. How the someone gets splattered off the tower, stopping the tower in its tracks. How it might not end the push as Kaijo gets splattered by Shiny. How's that gonna go? And
Yeah.
Veemo takes them down.
Yeah, then Veemo goes down themselves to Cone with that splash shot, who's still holding, engaging another member, covering for their teammates' jump. That might not be enough. They will get the pick, and the jump will come in cleanly. The Booyah Bomb coming out. That's going to be 2 down on Zone Masters with 1 silver spotting. Another one goes down. Cone is popping off. Look at their K 11, and the K are wildly in favor of Nothing, with one member of Nothing having double-digit KA, 2 more approaching it quickly, and very few KA relatively on Zone Masters. And then Cornflower is going to look for this pick, won't quite find it, still won't quite find it. I don't know where that member went. They must have just slipped away. And now members of Zone Masters are going to slip away. Cornflower is going to go down. It's going to be a full wipe on Nothing, allowing Zone Masters to at least get back into mid and hopefully set up a push of their own. And as long as they build their specials quickly, those missiles seemed very premature. There was nothing to go with them, and nothing they really accomplished besides maybe forcing that member of Nothing to aggress them a little faster than they would have liked. It'll all be for naught with 2 members of Zone Masters going down. Veemo forced to fall back, and I don't know where the T-Tech is.
They're hiding in the ink somewhere. Heading into the final 30 seconds, Nothing does hold the tower. However, Zone Masters need to get turf. They need to get picks. They need to get everything if they want to have a chance to have this game. ZDR Gamer heading for the tower gets splattered by the suction bomb. 10 seconds remaining. 2 players on each side left alive. The tower is heading back to the center. Veemo is going to need to get on this tower if they're going to want to have a chance, but no! Not able to get on the tower. Because unfortunately, when it is in neutral, it won't go to overtime.
Yeah, I think they thought there was a player up in their bunker that wasn't really there. They focused on that instead of clearing out the tower. And take a look at this K. A total of 12 missiles coming out from the K shots, and 30 KA in between them. That's... Double K shot is powerful, man. That's new meta. Just all K shot.
New meta. But yes,
having... Well, you need a 1 K gal, and then a siege at a K gal and 2 K shots. Perfect.
Absolute aggression. But yeah, having those 12... I want to point out those 12 TENS missiles. Can you imagine being on the other side having 12 missiles? That's a lot of missiles.
Terrible. I've seen worse. I think it was a match in the launch day tournament that happened a couple weeks ago, wherein one team had a VJet launch 19 missiles on their own.
On their own, 19 missiles. That's
yeah.
intense.
I believe it was some top JP player or something. But either way. Missiles are scary, especially on a map like Manta, where everything's so tight, and if you've got a Booyah Bomb to come up with them, it's gonna kill someone.
It absolutely is. But it's time to get on to our 4th match, as this is a best of 3 scenario. We've moved on from the playoffs. The playoffs are only for the preliminaries. It's best of 5, I should say. For the final rounds, and we'll be heading to Anchovy Games on... Sorry, we're heading to Rainmaker on Anchovy Games, is what I should be saying. Quark, is there any particular quirks about this map mode combination that you'd like to point out?
I mean, there's the vertical fence that always be really important. You can get a push scoring higher, faster if you're able to take control of those fans, not forced to go all the way around the enemy's plot. And they're going to be really important to control for either team, whether defending or aggressing. And then of course there's the right fans that go horizontally that usually no one ever touches. But if you're feeling a little gutsy, or it's your last ditch effort to maybe get the lead, if you can manage to get across the right fans and then get down from them, you can score very high. It's just, if your opponents see the big flashing Rainmaker coming across them, you're not getting anywhere. And if there's a Stingray, you're like more screwed than usual.
Indeed. That right-hand fan is very much a risky play and very easy point to defend to, but if the other team isn't ready, then that can be a great push. But let's get into this fourth round. Nothing in purple, Zone Masters in green. On the side of Nothing, we have a Splash, Kensa Splatter Shot, Kensa Pro, and a Grey and Zap. On the side of Zone Masters, we have a 10 attack Splatter Shot, Kensa Splatter Shot, double Splatter Shots again, as well as a Hydra and Jet Scorcher wielding the double backline.
Yeah, it's interesting pull out a V-Jet instead of a C-Jet, because Rainmaker's usually the mode you most want sticking in. Oh, nice! First bomb kill coming out there from Code. But between the Mines and the Mist, I think, and the two backlines, of course, Zone Master's just going to have a very, very strong comp for playing defense. However, they're going to need to use those two shots well, and use their specials well to get any kind of aggression, because otherwise, I mean, there's no point being really good at playing defense if you can't even play offense at all, because you'll still lose. And in any case, Epic will be pushing up 3 down. That's a wipe coming out.
Is this going to be a quick cap?
This is likely a KO, and they need to avoid the suction bomb.
Good.
And then they're just going to get
the podium. Dunk. That was quick. That's Rainmaker. It's quick.
I didn't even catch what happened. I was too busy waxing poetic about that backline comp to realize they were just gone. And then, like I said, and even the defensive nature of the comp completely failed. They only got 1 kill between all of them. Exceptional play from the side of Nothing, using their more aggressive comp to their advantage, and really doing a great job. Just textbook Rainmaker push right there.
Indeed, that was such a surprise to see that come out, particularly since every other game has gone to the 5-minute mark or to overtime. To see such a quick KO and end the round right there, I wasn't expecting it, to say the least.
Yeah, it's usually the match that's been closer than that, but then they were something like, nah, we're just gonna end this quick.
We're just gonna end it.
And with that, we're gonna be taking a short break before the finals. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to It's Dangerous to Go number 26, and here we're here with our grand finals.
Yes, the big old grand finals. I hope you are all ready for this.
Yes, it's going to be quite the grand finals. We have nothing coming off yet another win. I don't think they've lost this tournament. Going against Yes, who just 3-0'd their lost opponents.
Indeed, it has been a intense few matches today. On the side of nothing, we do have Epic, Cone, Cornflower, not Enigma because they've been subbed out. But on the side of Yes, we have Andres, Natsu, Avalon, and Moist.
Yeah, we're going to be... we saw the members of nothing. We saw their very aggressive short-range comps. I think we'll see more of the same. And I don't know what to expect from Yes, though I think we saw them round 4 on stream. I know we saw a junior out of them from Natsu. I can't remember what else we saw. Probably some more aggressive weapons, I hope. No, there's 4 juniors. That's it.
Alright, and if we'll just take a look at what map lists will be running for the grand finals today. For the first match, it'll be Piranha Pit Clam Blitz, followed by Starfish Main Stage, played by Tower Control. Rainmaker Manta Maria, Splat Zones, Anchovy Games, and finally, if we get to a Game 5, it'll be Clam Blitz on Wahoo World.
Yeah, and Pit Clams is quite something. Probably one of the few Clam Blitz maps that you'll see people routinely bringing out Stingrays. Usually a Sea-Jet. It's so narrow, so a Stingray can really give you an opportunity for a push. And also one wherein if you're at the basket and you're scoring, it's so easy to lock out your opponents unless they go for some really wild flanks. Or just sit there and throw bombs for while you score, because they're forced to drop down from some elevated ledges, and those are really easy to defend. So teams are going to be very careful in not getting fully wiped, or they're going to have a hard time keeping their opponents from scoring quite high.
I have a crazy idea if you want to go bomb spam.
4 juniors?
Fizzy bomb spam.
Oh yes. Ken Saluda might love it.
4 players, fizzy bombs.
I think I saw something like that. I don't know what turn it was. It was Albacore Zones, and they brought out a K-Luna, a K-Machine, a Bamboo Mark III, and K-Glugas, and it worked. So Fizzy Spam is a workable option. I don't think we'll see too much of that, though. I think we're just going to see a lot of shooters charging at each other and shooting each other. And the double K shots
the Kenza brand.
The much more interesting comp coming out for the side of Yes, with that ballpoint spotlight, that's going to have the most range in the field and have so much control. Double armor and missiles, which I think will be really helpful for pushing. And some interesting weapons with the Fling set to get a lot of area control, and then H3, which, well, it's like a blaster, but it shoots, because that's it. We have to play it like a blaster because the bursts are funky like that.
Indeed, it's a very accurate blaster, let's just say that.
Yes. And we see Yes is already taking a very aggressive initial stance, so they will lose 2 members for it. The K-Shot going in, Moist taking them out, and Yes will hold for now, but they left themselves wide open.
Ooh,
and they're
Epic!
And Epic's gonna score because they didn't check their flank, and that's going to be a dunk, but the rain is gonna come out. But that's 3 down already. Nothing is saving up. We're just gonna end this.
Missing 2 clams, unfortunately, getting some mooring all the way down to 50 points, going more, 38, but with a soft wipe from the side of nothing. That is literally the end of that push as Yes secures the turf they need and picks up some clams, gets a pity clam at their spawn, and starts to hopefully set up for their own counter push.
Yeah, but they just lost their ballpoint trying to push in. They will lose another member. That's going to be a 2v3 situation. Another member going down for Yes, and that's going to be another score for nothing. But they're going to miss.
No, they didn't miss. They got the push on the other side.
I didn't see that. That's a really good stall, but it's not going to be... It's just going to feed nothing on their power clam and give them time to set up a much stronger push. So Yes has got to use this time to build their specials, to get moving, and to hopefully not die this K-Shot. This will be a 3v2 situation. That's almost a full wipe on Yes with only that H3 remaining, and they're going to be sandwiched. That's going to be another full wipe on Yes with nothing going in. And now they dunk the power.
Something fell in the water over there. But they were defending all the way down to 34 points. Do they get the pity claim in? The pity claim in gets shot in 14 points remaining. Are they going to get any more clams in? Getting some splats over there, but the team of Yes do defend that as another pity clam gets spawned in for Yes. And that is going to be the end of the push for Nothing, being very aggressive with that double splatter shot, K-Pro, and NZAP comp over there.
Yeah, it's a really, really aggressive comp. It's working out to the favor. I mean, the meta right now is play a bunch of aggro shooters and you'll have a good chance of winning. And the members of Yes would have the range advantage, but it's just not mattering. The K-shots are just running rampant, doing so much damage and always being supported by that crossfire from the K-Pro and the armor, and that's the game.
Yeah, that's first game. That is absolute aggression showing up in your face.
Yeah. I don't think that Yes was ready for it, really. Like, maybe now that they understand it, they do have a decent comp to be able to counter it. And I think that'll help. But they've got to find a way to slow down Nothing, or they're not going to be able to get anything. I mean, maybe this is time to bring... If you've got the Toxic Mist, it's time to bring that out. It's time to bring out a lot of bomb spam, a lot of paint. Things that will slow down Nothing are what's going to be really important here. Or Yes is just going to be forced constant in the back foot. Either that, or they're going to have to go extremely aggressive themselves. And I'm not sure if they have the players with the right weapons to be able to do that.
They might not know, but having... Yeah, that was definitely a wake-up call for Yes saying, yeah, yes, we will be aggressive. Nothing is showing that, yes, aggression can win games. And we're going to head to the second match now. Starfish main stage tower control. Quite a bit different to what we just had prior to Clan Blitz. How would you say it's different, Clark?
I think it's going to be more advantageous for Yes. It's going to favor their range a little more just because the ballpoint's going to have a whole lot of open space to work with. The H3 is going to have the same. The Flings is going to have places to flank if they want, or just plenty of space to paint and get missiles. On the other hand, Nothing should be able to just move quickly through these open spaces and take out the members of Yes, but like I said, Yes is going to have to slow them down, and this is a good place as any. Because of that open space you mentioned, if they're unchallenged, Nothing will easily just move through all the areas that could be controlled by a backline. But if Yes is able to defend, it's a good place for them to be able to defend. Though the flanks on this map, it's going to be tricky for Yes to be able to hold on to map control with a constant flank from every angle, which I'm sure Nothing is going to want to do.
You do need to keep your eyes on all corners. And what is this mirror? We got mirror comps over here. Both teams wielding the exact same weapons. What? Double Kensa, a Kensa Splatter Shot Pro, and a NZAP 85. All the same weapons, absolutely mirrored. I believe we're going to see absolute aggression from every single player here.
Yeah, but I think Nothing's going to have the advantage here because they're the ones who are more used to using this comp. They're probably more used to the weapons. I'm kind of doubtful that the players who guess these are all weapons they confidently main. But we will see Nothing go down, and this might just work for Guess, but they're gonna have to not keep losing members like they are now, and Nothing will manage to hold on and continue their control of the map in the tower, pushing toward that first checkpoint, bringing out the armor, and doing a really good job. Cornflower does ball there, checking for a flag, and that's another member going out for Yes. Yes isn't going down too much, but they keep losing. They're getting trades, and that's not going to be enough to stop anything. So that will be the cleanup for Yes.
A wipe. Nothing is wiped as Yes do get their turf back. That is the advantage about having these weapons. It is very quick to get your turf back. Having two Kensa splatter shots gives you that turf, as well as the missiles that also gain you a bit more turf. Andrew's seeing that the players on the left side heading there, gets a splat with the 10 missiles, some ink armor coming out as well.
Another one.
Andrew's popping off Another splat.
But they need
as
to turn
head
around,
into
and
the
Moist
next
isn't going to see that
point.
flank in time. That's going to make things rough with 3 down on the side of nothing. That's 4. That's a quad for that K shot. I think Yes just didn't turn around, and that's gonna hurt. I must have been their communication a little messed up. Maybe their calls weren't quite there, but that's gonna hurt them so much. And the K shot getting another, adding to their kill streak, and this is going to be a big push for nothing now that they've got so much control and have put so much on the back foot. But their flanking K shot will go down, and maybe it won't be such a big push now that it's a 33 situation, and their special is going to be on deck for the side of Yes, and there will be a push. They will get to that checkpoint, and they will get a pick. Another one.
What's
That's going down, and this is going to be a 2v1. And the K-Pro is still alive, taking out the...
K-Pro
and getting a nice able to stop it.
Absolute splats on every single team. We've got reverse wipes after reverse wipes. Moist with the Booyah Bomb, getting with that Pro, gets a bit more turf onto the field, and then sees a player over there has a bit more range because they are the Pro, and yes, the Pros have the most range at the moment. But does get taken down by the Kensa splatter shot. Cone over there, getting that turf, heading to the tower, dancing around that tower, trying to find some picks. Armor on the ready on the side of Yes does get used. Armor does also get used on the side of the Nothing. This is absolutely Cone double splat, and 3 down on the side of Yes. Nothing is going to make yet another push against Yes.
Yeah, I think he's doing a really good job thus far, getting a lot of important spots, and leading KA by far. Yes, it's picking up a better fight than they did last time, but they're still just not quite able to get what they need, and they will be respawning. Epics will be forced to tower dance, will be taken down. It's another 2 down on Nothing, though. Yes is going to have to be able to get quite the push here. They're going to have to really break that second checkpoint if they want anything. And they keep losing members. They keep ending up with trades where they shouldn't have. Just got picks.
Ooh,
And it's just going to be, it's all the...
Moist.
Yeah, another good pick. It's just going to be, the trades are not going to be in favor of Yes. They're going to be in favor of Nothing, because Nothing is the one defending and the one who doesn't. They just need to hold. They don't need to, like, push crazily or anything. And I hope Nothing's, or Yes sees this K-shot this time, because this could be really bad. And they do see the K-shot. But it's K-shot still gets 1 pick. Looking for another. Gets another. 3 down on Yes with only 20 seconds to go. That's this is looking like the game on Nothing. And they've got specials on deck as well.
Indeed, that might be the game, but it is not over for Yes, as wielding these weapons can be very aggressive, can be very quick to get the tower. Tower is sent to neutral if Yes can get to that tower quickly. There is someone climbing up, both a Booyah Bomb shot at tower. That is going to be the end of that game. Nothing do take the second game of this set, winning the mirror comp competition between Nothing and Yes.
Yeah, the mirror comp was a good attempt by Yes, but they got out mirror comped. And I think the fact that Nothing is probably already really used to that comp, they're gonna have the advantage when they are using it.
Indeed, but that was a sight to behold.
Mm-hmm.
But now that that's over, it's time to head to game 3, which is now game, set, and match. We're up to that point.
Game Santa Maria yet again. Rainmaker this time. And we're going to probably see the same aggression coming out of Nothing. Maybe they'll switch it up a little for Rainmaker, but Double Missile could be very effective here yet again. They might want Bubbles instead of Booyah for those pushes through the really tight areas of Manta, which are even more pronounced here when you're trying to get not just a tower, but a Rainmaker carrier who can't be protected by armor or anything through them. So something with Bubbles might be very helpful. On the side of Yes, I really can't. They might try the mirror again. They might go back to what they were running earlier. I'm not really sure.
They could go any way. Let's be completely honest here. Manta Maria Rainmaker is definitely one of those medium stages where it's not as narrow as Port. Yes, it's not as narrow as Port Mackerel, but it's definitely not as wide as something like Piranha Pit or Starfish Main Stage that we've seen before. It's kind of that in-between zone where you can kind of go something that works in either direction if you play it well. It's just one of those maps where it's like it's not favorable to a particular type of weapon. It's a pretty balanced, in my opinion, it's a pretty balanced map that can go in either direction. It's all up to how you play the game and how you can communicate with your team, because at the end of the day, when you only have 48 hours to practice with your team, communication will win you these games.
Yeah, remind me to add Port Mackerel Rainmakers next. It's dangerous to go on map list. And we see a bit of a change coming out for Nothing, pulling out a Splash and a Sploosh, a Neo Sploosh. You don't see much of those. It's honestly a favorite weapon of mine. I don't use it, but I really like to see it because the beacon missile support is so useful, especially in maps like Manta where you might need to position into an awkward spot really quickly. And
the hammer from
the hammer coming out. That is a double Sploosh 7 comp. We saw this earlier on stream, I think, from Yes. And they're gonna go. They got the 52, they've got more of an opening, they gotta get down the hole, and the hammer's gonna get the KO!
All the way up to 12 points!
And I really like that call.
But only one player epic. No, that's soft white. That's just a
KO. They don't get the KO.
Shiny at absolute defense. Is there any players nearby for them to continue that push? No, that is going. They're gonna pick that up. Gonna carry. No, they're gonna reset it back to the center. But that was what a push to make for the first all the way down to 1 point. That is a double sploosh comp. Getting that Rainmaker popped. Yes is not going down that easily in this match. We might have thought they might have been, but not anymore. As they need to KO if they want to get that lead. It needs to be a KO.
Yes, and just to talk about this comps real quick. What Yes is doing is they've got so much pay, and they've got a couple of nice weapons to support the splishes, the zap with the armor, which is going to be helpful for letting them get in, and that V Pro is going to help with the rain and with the point sensors calling out whether the aggression of Nothing is. And like I said, they need to slow down Nothing, and that's the way to do it. If you're point censored, you can't play super aggressively, and that'll really help. Though for right now, they will. Yes, we'll lose 2 members, including their range. They're going to have to keep throwing bombs. They're going to have to be careful here, because if they get wiped, they are done. That will likely. But the hammer comes out. The hammer goes down themselves, die on the Rainmaker. 2v1 situation. The bomb rush coming out. Codes is going to just get jumps in for their team. Going in for a pick. Won't find it. The armor's coming out right in time. And that's going to be.
Andrews grabs the Rainmaker.
That's going to be critical.
That is a essential reset right there. Shiny have it still up in where the Rainmaker was previously. How with no Rainmaker there, they're going to need to get out of there unless they can get those picks.
Yeah, and I think that was a really good defense by Yes. They're going to have the advantage in playing defense, especially. They've got a good counter to the board aggression, like I was trying to say before the crazy push happens. They've got a good counter to Nothing in that they can just the point sensors and the Pro, because the rain will hold space in the point sensors. It's really hard to push if you're censored, because the entire enemy team knows exactly where you are, and that's going to make it a lot trickier. The hammer, Moist going through a hammer throw won't.
Close hammer.
It's neither going to die. The Booyah Bomb won't die to that either. It's just going to be forced to hold. It's going to be caught at 2v1, and that's going to be 2 down on the side of Yes. They've got a lot. They've still got to hold for over a minute and a half, though Nothing hasn't taken the Rainmaker, buying time for Yes to respawn. The sensors coming out, trying to make sure they know where everyone is. They lost the splish. The ball's coming in.
Push. Are they?
That's in the
Bomb rush coming out. That's a wipe. Moist.
A mini bomb rush with just splish. I don't know when they jumped off here. They had plenty of time to properly reset. That's probably going to hurt them because they'll have members down. They're going to rush the rain because they won't get the prop. Moist needs to back up. That's a bit of lag, but they died. And now, yet another opening for Nothing to push up because, well, Yes played good defense. They didn't make control back. That's going to be 2 down. This is gonna be bad. The armor's gonna have to come out soon, or this could be the KO. But like I said,
It's gonna be
going in, but the bomb gets the Swish coming out of nowhere, and that's gonna be so important. But it's so important. The bomb is coming out, and then they get chins, they get fired upon, and they get the done. Oh, that's the what? The comeback right there.
That is... I'm lost for
Tournament.
words! Yes!
I mean, in the end, what hurt, yes, is that jump off when they had plenty of space to just like let the Rainmaker reset, and they didn't paint mid back up when they weren't being pressured. So then it was nothing still had all the map control, and all of what Yes did was defending was well for nothing. And in the end, nothing was just a little bit. The discipline, the coordination needed to pull it off is really good. Like they didn't say, "All right, we lost. They got to one. We can't beat this." They just kept trying to push, and eventually they got it.
Yeah, they definitely did. Yeah, I'm shocked. Those last few games were some of the most intense, having those double aggression comps, both teams winning very aggressive comps against each other, which led to quick pushes, lots of turf going on either side of all the teams. But yes, that is gonna wrap up today's tournament. I will find someone to raid. Carl, could you just make some dialogue while I find that?
I guess I should do that whole self-promo thing. I have
Yes.
a Twitter. It's on the screen. You can like go follow me to retweet art if you want to see me retweeting art. I don't know. Do you have anything you want to promote?
Yeah, you can catch me at DJ987 on Twitter. You can just on here, as well as I've just recently started streaming on Twitch, just at DJ98, which I might be doing later today. Who knows? I think we'll be rating Jmoji. So thank you everyone for joining. If I can type today.
That was a really great tournament to watch, and shout out to everyone who made this tournament happen. I mean, there's not too many people running it right now, and DJ spent a lot of this time on his own doing it, so I'm really glad to see another It's Dangerous to Go Alone come out and do well.
Yep. Thanks
Always a pleasure.
everyone for coming along. And yes, nothing did walk away with everything. And yeah, have a good one, everyone, and we'll catch you in the next season. There might not be a one in December because it's Christmas and we have generally tournaments to end the month, and that is everyone will be busy, including me. So we might see you back in January for a brand new It's Dangerous to Go Alone. We'll catch you all then. I hope you have a good one. Say hi to Jmoji for me.
Bye.